Alright guys, so I've been tearing apart this camper like crazy. Took out the outer metal on this side where the floor is all rotted. You can see how rotted that is right there. And I started to take away the inner wall just because I'm trying to get to the floor that's rotted out right there and see how I need to fix that and what I need. So I'm just tearing this guy apart, taking off the trim on top, taking off tons of screws and staples, but we're getting there. I'll keep you guys updated. Alright guys, so a lot has changed. So after seeing this side of the camper and how bad it is, how bad the floor is right here, and in the back the floor is kind of bad, and everywhere where the linoleum is pulling up, even by that wheel well right there, is all water damage. So I have decided to just rebuild the whole thing from the floor up, and this is what we're looking like right now. Pretty much taking everything out, taking all the cabinets out, and just kind of demolishing the whole thing. So that's what I'm gonna be working on, is just taking the walls down. I already took one slide out. I'm just working on taking this one out. I'm gonna be taking the walls down and getting a new floor in. So yeah. Alright guys, so it's been a lot of work, but we finally got this thing down to the frame. Took the floor off. Here's the old floor. Here's that wheel well that belongs right here. The wheel well right there. They're plastic wheel wells. Pretty neat. But we took this thing down to the frame, and we are just gonna start prepping the frame, I guess, painting it, and grinding all the rust off and painting it with KBS coatings. Love that stuff. Coated the underside of my truck with it. It looks amazing. The gloss black. This stuff is real strong. Takes a lot for it to chip off. But I will show you guys the walls once I start to replace some of the walls. I will show you what I'm doing to the walls and all that. But this thing took a whole day to disassemble and take up the floor. We probably worked 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. It took 12 hours to take all the walls down and pop this floor up, just because the bolts are square head bolts, so they strip out real easy, and they're a pain, because then you have to either cut it or take pliers and just try to keep twisting until it comes off. But I'm excited to get working on this frame, and I'm gonna replace the lines that broke when I first got the trailer for the lift system. Try to replace the lines again and replace this pulley that's broke right here. See that it's broke in there. Try to replace that, weld it, weld the new one on, or whatever I gotta do. So yeah, this is what we're working with right now. It's gonna be a lot of work, but I think it'll turn out really good. All right guys, so here we are doing the frame. And I am got the wire wheel on the grinder there. We're grinding it to the metal. And I'm about halfway. So you see how good that is compared to up here. It's gonna turn out really good. We painted the bumper yesterday. I did that the first thing yesterday. And that's what it looks like. The gloss black, real nice, real hard. Ain't gonna chip off. We also did the 3 wheels. That one, and then the spare. We did the back side and the KBS coatings. And that's what it turned out. We wire wheeled them, and then painted them. And then the other sides, they're originally silver. So I'm gonna paint those silver to original, you know, to make it original. But one thing that kind of had to figure out was the trailer brakes on here. Hydraulic up here at the tongue. Hydraulic cylinder shot, I mean, completely dry, so rusty in there. Really rusty, really old. The lines are about falling apart. So what I did is I researched if I could put electric trailer brakes on. And I found that with these hubs, I found the trailer brakes that are electric. So that's what I'm going to put on is electric trailer brakes. So I'm going to get rid of these lines and the cylinder up there. And we're just going to have electric ones. Alright guys, we're making a lot of progress here. Got the back half here all painted up. Then we got the front half all stripped of rust. The wire wheel. And we are adding some supports right here. There's gonna be one right here. There's gonna be one right here and right there. Just because when you went in the trailer, the plywood was so spongy when you walked right here because there was no support other than this really thin piece of metal to join. That's where they join, the 2 plywood join right there. One sheet right here and then the other sheet next to it. So we added these supports and it's great. I mean, it ain't gonna be spongy at all. It's gonna stiffen it up. I mean, look at all that space that you have with no support. So we had to weld a few in here. So here's the 3 that are drying, and I just degreased them because I sanded all the rust off. And I welded right here because this weld broke, and then this whole thing was up. It was like triangled up. The other one's real nice over there, but this one was up more. So we hammered it back down where it's supposed to be, then I welded it. So we fixed that. That would have been a big problem. And now we are trying to find new pulleys for in here. Because the old ones were plastic. And the broken one is on the other side of this beam right here. But we're going to get all new pulleys. Hopefully metal ones. But we have to look and find them. But other than that, I got electric trailer brakes that we're going to be putting on. I'll show you guys how to put those on. And yeah, that's what we got going on. Just welding in supports, and then I'll be painting this after I weld these in. Alright guys, here it is, all finished, all painted up. Looks pretty darn good. Haven't done the trailer brakes yet, but we got these. We added more supports. 2 on either side of this strip, both sides, and then one right in the middle here. That will stiffen up the floor. No more sponginess of the floor at all. That paint is hard. Real hard. Real nice. Gets a good finish on there. Nice shiny finish. Looks real good. Alright guys, so I got the hub off to replace the trailer brakes right here. Here's the old trailer brake, hydraulic one. And all you gotta do, take off these 4 bolts, pop this off, pop the new one on, and you're ready to go. So I took off the cap first, and then I had to take out the cotter pin, take off castle nut, and then when you start to pull this off, the bearing comes out, so that comes out, and then this pulls off, and then this is what you're left with. So it looks like they did the bearings when they replaced the tires on this, so that's really nice. I don't have to get bearings or anything. So I'll get this popped off and the new one put on. So we got the old trailer brakes off, both sides. Cleaned everything up. Found out there's new bearings in there, so that's nice. Here's the old trailer brakes off. Look how terrible they are compared to the new ones. New ones look like this. That's the back side. New electric trailer brakes. Got it from eTrailer.com. The only complaint I have is the damage, that they had no packing in there. They just had these things clanking together, and it's all scuffed up, and one of the pads is chipped. Other than that, I like them for, what were they, $120 for brand new brakes. Way better than replacing, new hydraulic. That gets expensive. So we are officially done with the frame here. This is how the wheels turned out, the hubs. Painted them red because they were red originally. Painted all that, they look brand new. Brand new. Everything else turned out real nice. Oh, put the trailer brakes on as well. With the hub, it looks real nice. All put together real good. Still gotta do a little touch-up painting. But yeah, I think it turned out way better than I thought. That's how they turned out. Greased the bearings in there. Made sure everything was alright. Everything looks so good. Thank you for watching the video. Next we will be putting on the new floor and framing the walls. So stay tuned.